If you are a singer and you want to make a career out of it, you are going to have to embrace the online world. Now, many of you may have already embraced it and it has been a major part of your life for a decade or more. But you may need to do a little work, because the fact of the matter is that online presence is an important aspect of marketing yourself as a singer. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you just 4 simple tips on how to build a stronger online presence. So let's get started. The first thing that you want to do when you're trying to figure out how to build a strong online presence is you need to determine what platform or platforms you really want to work with. Now, the thing is that there is perhaps no perfect platform for anybody. Okay? Everybody is individual, and you may find that while some singers really rely on Instagram or really rely on YouTube, other singers really love TikTok and really love X, whatever it is. But the thing is that you need to determine what works best for you. And one major factor in that decision is, what do you enjoy the most? Because if you choose a platform that you don't enjoy, I mean, for instance, if you're really not into doing short form, pithy videos, then TikTok may not be the platform for you. Okay. If you do not really like to write out long posts and such, Facebook may not be the thing for you. Okay. And you also may find that your audience doesn't necessarily hang out in some of those platforms. Okay. So choose an online platform that really speaks to you, that you feel like you could regularly post on and feel good about it and not feel like it's drudgery. Okay. And then also take into consideration, where does your audience hang out? Because you want to make sure that you're reaching the right people. Okay. So that's super important. Now, again, you don't have to pick multiple platforms. Okay. You may want to do TikTok to reach perhaps a younger audience, but you want to choose Facebook to reach an older audience. Whatever it is, you want to choose one or a few platforms that you feel like you can consistently post on and enjoy it. All right. So choose an online platform that works for you. Second, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you create consistent content. Okay. So the thing is that, we hear all about the algorithm. Well, one thing about every algorithm in every platform is that the more consistently that you post, the more that your stuff will be seen. Okay, there are lots more factors to the algorithm, which is something that you can look up, but the consistency of posting is really, really important. So you want to make sure that you're posting regularly, and you can focus on themes for your posts. Maybe for 1 week, you're posting all of your covers, and another week you're posting your behind the scenes clips, or another week you're posting music tips, or perhaps each day you're posting something from one of those categories, and the theme is perhaps music that you're working on right now. Whatever it is. But consistency helps people connect with you. And then what happens is that they start to anticipate your content and they start looking for you. And then you will start appearing in their feeds more regularly. Okay. The next tip is you want to make sure that you are engaging with your audience. Okay, this is very important. Okay, if people make comments on your clips, on your posts, and or they send you DMs or whatever, make sure that you're responding to them. Okay, if they're making trollish content comments, you don't have to respond to that, but the thing is that if they really are your fans, if they are part of your audience base, then, respond, interact, engage with them. Okay. The thing is that it shows your audience that you appreciate them. And it also builds loyalty and it encourages sharing. Because ultimately, what you want to do is you want people to share your posts to their audience, which just gets your name around more and more and more. The last thing that I will say is that you need to be mindful of your brand. Okay. Now, I have other videos on branding, and if you haven't seen them, you should check them out because it's very, very important as a singer that you establish a strong and memorable brand. And remember that branding is not just about, colors and fonts and a pretty website. It's not about just that. I mean, that is a part of it, surely, absolutely. And when you are posting content, having some kind of consistency in the look of your posts, the way that you use your hashtags, or however it is that you post, using similar colors, similar fonts, whatever, that can be very helpful because it immediately makes you recognizable. Okay. And that's important. But branding is also beyond the colors and the fonts and the pretty websites. Branding is also about who you are. What is your authentic self? Who you associate with? What are your core beliefs? How is it that you present yourself? All of these things are part of your brand. Now, if you have a controversial brand, okay, perhaps you are an activist and that you use your art as part of your activism, then that's very important and that needs to be presented. However, if activism is not a part of your brand and you are posting on your business pages, on your artists' pages, you may decide that you want to keep stronger opinions about things that you care about in more of a personal space and not in a professional space. Unfortunately, there is this cancel culture, right? As a matter of fact, I was reading an article today about a Broadway singer that made a post that probably she didn't think was political, but it certainly was interpreted as a political post. And already everybody's talking about canceling her completely. And so you do that at your own risk, realizing that you can alienate a whole group of people, which could work against you. Now, that's not to say that you can't voice your opinions and that you would alienate everybody with your opinions. I mean, you're always going to alienate somebody, I say. Okay, there's always going to be one person out there that doesn't believe what you say. But if you are saying something or doing something that could potentially alienate a whole bunch of people, you just need to realize that there may be consequences for that. And so the point that I'm saying here is that I'm not telling you what not to say and what to say. Okay. It's you, it's your brand. You need to do whatever is most important and authentic for you. But just think before you post as to, am I saying what I want to say? And am I going to be reaching the people that I want to reach with what I am about to post? And make sure that that is consistent with your brand. Okay. So, what I want you to do, you have homework. What I want you to do is I want you to do an audit of your online presence. Okay. Look at all of your past posts on social media platforms. Look at your website. Look at your your YouTube channel and see, okay, am I actually utilizing these platforms the way that I want to? Am I actually creating consistent content that supports my brand? Am I engaging with my audience? Try to focus where it is that you want to put yourself out there. Okay. Building an online presence is one of your greatest marketing tools, so use it wisely. Tell me what it is that you like to think about when you're posting your online videos or your online posts that you feel actually help move your career forward. Okay, I would love to know in the comments. And if this video was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I am posting tips about entrepreneurship for singers all the time. So until next time.